behalf of Esther Harding, who's our chair of the Social Action Committee, as well as our regional director Andrea Jeffries, and our president, Paulette C. Walker. When women were given the right to vote in 1920, it was women and Delta women who led this change through women's suffrage efforts. On April 15, 2015, Deltas from all over North Carolina descended upon this state capitol, again dressed in our fabulous red and ready to advocate for the day. We must continue to use our voices in all levels of government to create significant change, and we must encourage our communities, families, friends, and churches to be an active part of the political process. I will not, and you should not, stand back and look upon this process as a mere spectator. I must, you must, we must all take on the mindset that we are champions and they're going to hear us roar.
That's right.
I am a product of a great woman, Miss Carolyn Collins Williams, who raised me and two other siblings while working and living at a poverty level. The Earned Income Tax Credit provided an avenue for her to make ends meet and to provide basic care for us. I am a proud product of neighborhood schools, surrounded by low-income homes where teachers like Ms. Deborah Body Lowe took an active interest in my success, both inside and outside of the classroom. These women are why I was able to make straight A's in school, obtain my bachelor's degree at the great University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and my graduate degree at the great North Carolina State University right here, while remaining on the Dean's List. I am a product of a Head Start program for low-income families, where I developed a love for learning. I was a recipient of Medicaid services because the income my mother earned was not enough to cover healthcare costs. Because of my mother that fought to keep me off the streets, the many Delta women that took me as their young mentee, the many teachers that pushed me beyond my limit towards excellence, and many of the women like you in this room today, fighting for your communities and others to have a fair chance. I am who I am because of you and your efforts. I stand here today to advocate for others because of what so many women did for me. I have a vested interest. Women, ladies, champions, I charge you today to stand up collectively so our voices can be heard. Whether we are like Delta woman Loretta Lynch, who still waits in anticipation of her confirmation as the first African-American woman Attorney General, or like Delta woman Daisy Bates, who guided and advised for 9 students known as the Little Rock Nine, or like First Lady Michelle Obama, who is a woman that stood by her man, the most unlikely candidate for president of the United States of America. I must, you must, we must take on the mindset that we are champions and they are going to hear us roar. Together, let's demand our legislators to bring teacher pay closer to the national average. Because they are who our children will spend the majority of their time with, receiving instructions. Demand them to provide access to health care for low-income families by accepting the expansion of Medicaid so that children and adults can receive the proper health care. Demand our legislators to increase minimum wage to a reasonable living wage so families like mine growing up no longer have to choose between family time and working 2 to 3 jobs just to live paycheck to paycheck. We as women today continue to be on the forefront of driving our families, friends, and communities to use their voices in the political process through voting, advocacy, and running for political positions. And in case you didn't know, our Father God created man and woman in his own image. We stand on the shoulders of so many that have come before us, but we rest and have peace in knowing that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We are women here